Hello guys, it's Shrimp Time here and welcome in another yet interesting video about shrimp keeping. Today I'm going to share a very important tip about feeding the shrimps, about keeping the shrimps that will highly increase the survival rate of your shrimps. So, if you are interested in making a better habitat in your aquarium for shrimp keeping, please stay tuned. Before we will start this topic, there is a very important thing we need to understand. We need to understand the way the shrimps feed and the way their digestive system is created. If you are observing your shrimps, you know that your shrimps will feed whole of the day. They will graze for food, they will look for food through the entire of the tank, and they will look for the food every minute of their life. Another interesting thing is the shrimps will poop all the time. They will defecate all of the time, all of the life. This is why making a beautiful shrimp photo is so hard. In my experience, all of the time that I will try to make a shrimp photo, the poop will be on the photo as well. And we need to answer the question, why the shrimp life looks this way? And our answer is very simple. Shrimp don't have very good digestive system. Their digestive system is very basic. It cannot digest complex type of the food. It cannot proceed a long digestion or digestive process because the muscles in the digestive system of the shrimps will push the food through the digestive system whole of the time. And the shrimps eats for whole of the time because they don't have any way or any method to store the food, the energy, the proteins, the fat they acquired. So connecting these facts will show us that if you want to keep the shrimp in healthy environment, we need to support them with the food for whole of the time. This is very well noticeable when you start a shrimp tank. If you start a shrimp tank, if you gone through whole the cycling process, if you got nice algae, nice biofilm, a lot of microorganisms in the tank, and you put 10 or 20 shrimps in that tank, young shrimps, very often, if you will use a food in this tank, the shrimps won't be interested in eating that food. This is because they've got their best food in the tank, they've got the natural food, natural algae, natural biofilm, natural fungus in the tank, and they will prefer to eat that food. But when your colony will develop, you will see the problem in your tank because the levels of this natural food will go down and down and down through whole of the time. And in that time, using even not the best types of food will result in very strong, very fast shrimp reaction for the food. The last but very important factor connecting with shrimp ability to eat and the shrimp development is the temperature level, because shrimp cannot maintain constant temperature in their body as human as people can, and depending on the temperature, the living process in the shrimp body will be different. In lower temperatures, they will eat less, they will digest less, they will grow less, but they can live for longer. On the other hand, if we got higher temperatures in the tank, the shrimps will use more energy, they will eat more, they will grow faster, but their life can be shorter. And now, guys, we need to connect all of these factors. And all of these factors will bring us to one conclusion. Shrimps will need a constant food. They will need a constant food source so that they can thrive. And they will need very, very basic type of food. Easy to digest and very near to natural food. And there are different ways to support this type of food. The first and very often used by myself methodology is to feed shrimps very often and to use powder foods. I've made a video about that, so I will link you to the video at the end of this video. But this is the very easiest way to support the shrimps with the food. Another way is to add probiotics and different types of enzymes to the water. The enzymes and the probiotics will help shrimps to digest the artificial food that we buy from the store, and they will make the digestive process easier, and they will also help to fight with bacteria. And these are the two main methods that people try to support the shrimps with enough food so that their pack will thrive. Before I will give you the very good tip to do this is in a bit different way, I need to say that the shrimps won't die if you won't support them with enough of the food, but you will get lower survival rate of the young shrimps. Maybe you will get some eggs losing from the females. Maybe your shrimps will grow slower. Maybe, or I think for sure, they will carry less eggs and will get buried less often if you won't support enough of the food for the shrimps. You can see also the cannibalism in the tank when you will get a lot of the shrimps in the tank and they won't get enough of the food. After molting, the females will be eaten by the males. But we can do a little trick. We can do a little trick, very easy trick that won't affect our shrimp keeping pattern, but that can help a lot in supporting the shrimps with this type of natural, easy to digest food. And this trick, I know it's very unusual for me to say, but it's adding different animals to the shrimp tank. We need to remember that those animals or even plants need to be safe for the shrimp. What I've noticed looking at other people's tanks and talking with different breeders, I see that there is this way of sharing knowledge that adding a lot of fishes or keeping a community tank can result in very good growth and a very big amount of Neocaridina shrimps. And I started to wonder why in community tank where the shrimps can be eaten by the fishes, where the young shrimps can be eaten by the fishes, the breeders, the amateur hobbyists will get such a good results. And I think there is a very easy particular answer. It's because the fishes will produce a lot of waste. A lot of pre-digested food. The fish poop will start to be pre-digested form of a food for the shrimps. And I think that if we got a community tank, not a breeder tank, with a lot of decorations, a lot of plants, a lot of spots that shrimps can hide, and that is very often feeded with fish food, the fish poop that is put into the tank and the bacteria that will graze on this food will be a very good shrimp food source. So there's another level, and in my opinion, this is the very important tip how we can use this knowledge. And I even tried on my breeding facility some of the tanks with this way of keeping shrimps. I've added a lot of snails to a shrimp tank. And the snails will also pre-digest the food. They will also produce this good shrimp food source. So when I'm feeding the shrimps, I'm also feeding the snails, or mainly feeding the snails. And after feeding those snails, which are better eaters than the shrimps, I will produce a natural habitat for bacteria to develop and a very good food source for the shrimps. And I must say that I've noticed that with my Neocaridina tanks, with those types of shrimps, I've get a very good survival rate. I will get no deaths in the tank, and all of my females will be buried with eggs. So try this, guys. I know it's a bit dangerous if we are talking about keeping plants, getting the controlled population of the snails, but try this way. I think that if you will try this way and you will see the results, you will know that looking for the knowledge about shrimp keeping, not only among the professional breeders, but also among the amateur breeders, can help a lot. So if you will try this methodology, or if you keep your shrimps with snails or shrimps, please leave a comment, share with your experience. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and till the next time, and keep on shrimping. See you.